afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast from your host and Pearl Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda of Hit or 1 vs 1 own glorious Fields of Winnekendonk. In the north, it is the Germans with Schoko and Tanckx fighting here for the German army. Deutschland taking on the role here of the 116th Panzerdivision Winhund with special operations, grand offensive, elite armored, Jäger infantry, Jäger armor, and elite troops with a mix of infantry, armor, and support and bullets. Versus the south, it is Jellybean and Fotsvamp fighting for America, freedom, democracy. The 3rd Armored Division here with the heavy cavalry chosen only for Jellybean with rifle and defensive structures, off-match smoke, Rangers, combined arms, and Pershings with Fotsvamp with infantry, armor, and airborne. Also pretty much all infantry on both sides. We got the Germans there with a Volksgruppe Sturmpioneer Kuhwagen start there for Schoko and Tanckx with Grenadiers MG42s. Sandbags got in the carve pawn there. Americans rushing northwards here with battle being laid up. Hit up defend the fuel pawn there. Other squad moving towards the fuel carve pawn here and probably going to lay down some sandbags. Meanwhile, Fotsvamp taking a more steady approach here through the southeast. Bat 1 eastern fuel point. No sandbags here from Jellybean. Kind of would have figured that. Make it more defensible versus any German attacks. And the Germans are likely going to be attacking this point. It tends to be one of those more, shall we say, predominant points and easy to sort of hit at. So make it more defensible. They technically do have the truck there, but this makes it easy to defend the point while also denying it to the Germans. Going in towards the centre, we got German infantry as well, named for 2. Both German players working a bit together here. Sturmpioneers are about to clash here with Eastern Fuel Point. With more troops running here for Fotsvamp. Of North Kuhwagen and move here for Schoko. And then we got Sturmpioneers, 2 rifle squads. Going to need support. The MG42 may also want to move down here to assist versus the 2 rifle squads. If that is Tanckx is paying attention. In fact, Tanckx is a bit extended. Worth noting though, he's staying close to his team. And they're going to his rifle in the centre, rifle dying out in the ditch there. Machine gun still remaining on defense. We're not pushing down here. I feel like that's a bit of a mistake there by Tanckx. Rifle there closing on the Grenadiers. Propagandacast from support here. More Grenadiers arriving there from Tanckx base. Meanwhile, Jellybean there is going for fast tech. Probably going to be, I don't know, the captain here. That would be the typical choice there. There could be the lieutenant here. Morgan is around there. Rifle being slowly bled out here. Heavy cover holding up. That's Rifle. Either no cover or light cover. Machine there has any position. There we go. Rifle up here. Those right to dump MG42 both squads. Close one there. Yeah. Oh, Kuhwagen could actually get a wipe in the rifle squad on Jellybean. That would certainly hurt Jellybean here in the early game quite a bit. Meanwhile, got Morgan is way there for Tanckx. Kuhwagen charging in there. Oh, got stopped there by the retreating riflemen to prevent him from going in there properly, it seems like. Heavy fighting here, full support routed by the 2 riflemen. So both fuel points under control of the Americans. That is pretty good in their positions. They didn't get the wipe in the rifle squad. So over a good start for the Americans. Company command post up there. And it is the platoon command post for Jellybean with Lieutenant Kuhwagen charging the base, looking to get the wipe in the rifle squad. And gets it. Though about to lose the Kuhwagen here. No, Schoko managed to save that one. So a small win there for the German army. The Americans are now getting... Oh, actually, they're being cut off one there as well. Sandbags going up. They're very good. Gunning some support. Covering up the retreat of the Kuhwagen. Good work there. Back here, we got troops reinforcing. More troops sitting out there. And we got tech here for Tanckx. Gunners was riflemen. Still, the Germans not getting in the fuel point. So they're still getting a lot of fuel because they're holding a good chunk of the map anyway. So not all bad. Fortress infantry here, need some support. Machine gun still remains static. I feel like that's a bit of a mistake there by Tanckx. Obviously want to defend the car park, but currently they're not really leading to anything there. And he's better off with it before supporting his frontline troops here. I think there's the max percent as both Jellybean and Fotsvamp there are coming at him and pushing him back here from the center's line is crumbling under intense American pressure. Lieutenant closing in there, going to take heavy damage there. Need to be careful, need to be very, very careful. There we go, going to this routed. Machine gun remains static. Needs to be got full support back rifle rear the rifle moving position. Got Sturmpioneers up the note, the retreat path there. No apologies there. Good move though by Schoko and there go Tanckx finally getting there. MG42 move on there. Meanwhile though, Jellybean moving up, recapturing the car pawn there. And I'll also advise to push here straight through German territory. Tech done, but nothing being done with it yet. Could go for some fast punch on these. Truck out there for battle group headquarters for Schoko. Bunker up there for Tanckx. So far, only Jellybean has chosen a doctor. Sturmpioneers with the captain with the BAR. Who will win this one? Close one, but yeah, it looks to be the captain winning this one. MG42 setting up there. We're dealing with the north side. Or maybe it's a misclick there. I don't know. Just the machine is setting up weird. Happens from time to time. Up north, party is rowdy here with the lieutenant. Jellybean going for an M20 and instant choice, you'd figure he'd go for the Stuart light tank, but I guess he wanted a faster light vehicle here versus the Germans. Also not replacing an infantry, possibly planning more 50 cals, or he might be planning for Rangers to put pressure on the Germans that way. Tanckx has gone for Doctrine, by the way, it is elite troops with Model 24 stun grenades, Stormtroopers, Jägerlight infantry, Panzertischen, and Tiger. Technically the Germans didn't have stun grenades. I'm guessing what they mean is just a regular shield hand grenade, which was basically just a concussive grenade because they just relied on explosive force, but they actually could add a fragmentation sleeve, so they actually sort of did more damage that way. Little fun fact. Even more fun fact, while the steel hand grenade is very iconic in the when associated with the Germans, it was not the only grenade the Germans used. They also had a Air hand grenade or air cannon grenade, which sort of is more, go say, reminiscent of the pineapple grenades and whatnot. Little fun fact there. Carve point hit. The German situation remains a bit desperate here. We got Stormtroopers up for tanks, very good. Adding MP40s, also very good. Or said good. Where they are is all the way up north. Could easily rush the fuel pod, I think. They'll M20 could easily respond. Counterattack southwards. Back here, reinforcement healing. We got G-Foot for the Grenadiers. Nice pick there for tanks. Certainly the G-Foot fees give you Grenadiers quite a boost there. Versus American Infantry can help you out a lot there. So a very sensible, I think, pick there by Tanckx. Very sensible pick. Run there's the Foot Grenadiers. Capturing about here, pushing up towards the cut-off point. Up north, we got the Stormtroopers right here with the M20 utility car. We'll need to retreat those. And up pinch, of course, you can also upgrade them with Panzer Strikes if you want to deal with enemy armor. Except deal with vehicles. No, like to make a nice company could be the Tanckx here. Might be planning a tier 3 rush here. Bit bold considering the overall current state of affairs. That's certainly not something I think I'd advise. But right now, Americans managed to gain control of the map here. Aggressively and definitely. We got the 5th cover at the center victory point. Right, moving up the eastern side. Ground the eastern point here. Note that while Jellybean has gone for heavy cavalry, he's not making much use of the rifleman defensive structures. I believe we're not seeing any sandbags. We're not seeing mines, which of course the rifleman can also lay down. Very potent ability there, so a bit surprised there. Fotsvamp and Schoko the remainder of the doctrine. Tanks will support here on the right flank. On these MG42s and G43s. Rifleman straight to the MG42, quickly taking losses. And he's taking this as a rifle score. Anti-tank and ready there for Fotsvamp. In case of German vehicles or armor. Like to make a nice cut for tanks, so he's not going to go for a tier 3 rush. But at the very least, he's going to at least get a pack 40 out before trying to push for medium armor versus the armies. Stormstorm down the center. Now he's going for the 2 to counter the M20 in the west side here. We got Kublai vessel inside the building. Stormtroopers moving up here through the center, deciding to back off a bit. Ground back the eastern fuel point. It's attempt to machine being held up here by Schoko and MG34. And there we go. Like Kevin effort as well. Let up deal with vehicles. West side, the Kublai vessel resistance fight continues. As the resistance are held up, afraid to go outside. My God, there's a Kublai outside. Someone call high command and tell them we may not make it home. 50 cal on the way there for Jellybean. Eastern Grenadiers rifleman. Shots being fired. Raising was going to be easy. Focus Grenadiers being out there as well. Bit of skirmishing. And reactions there routed. Rifle squad flanking up. MG34 those sets up. I was planning not to set up, at least for this case it didn't backfire on it. Last going to eat the machine here to get a big push there by Fotsvamp. Lots of infantry, lots of bars, lots of democracy. Stormtroopers up there, but on their own, they are going to get focused on. She's got E1 from them, moving up north, to moving up. MG42 they're coming up. Oh, repositions at the wrong time. He's set up again. I think talk. Oh, no. I think that was about as cool as could have made there by Tanckx. Focus on the flank. If utterly ignore the entire impending infantry army coming from the front there. And this is sort of where the storms from the troops need to cover the flank, not the MG42. Definitely awkward cover there. Got Schoko flanking up in the return. Might just be able to turn things around here then for the Germans. Heavy fighting here continues. Cut-off point secured by the Americans once more. Starving the Germans for fuel once again. She's got more troops bringing up, but I can't have time to take out the M20, but it's cleared out and almost done there by the riflemen, but they've lost the rifle's got to be dead there. And clearly, Jellybean is not in the mood to lose more infantry. He's got another 5th cab out there on the field, by troops being suppressed here. There we go, Jellybean in the end, as figured, did go for a Ranger squad here. Something a bit more elite and assaulty here versus the Krauts. Around the 50 cal. Could actually take it out. Or take out the M20, but there you go. M1 anti-tank gun to the rescue. Still gets the M20, but loses the 2-2. Hard to say if that one came out for the Germans or the Americans ahead there. MD filtering up to cover the area there. Need to grab some more points though. We got 500 to 288. The Germans are only behind the victory point significantly. Germans have to take up. We got the Pack 40 out there for Tanckx, and for Schoko boy, nothing further going either. In the American base, we got the Major on the way there for Jellybean, very good. And we already got it for Fotsvamp, so the Americans are going to be pushing for Tanckx harder over the Germans. Very great for them. Definitely a problem for the Germans. Light infantry shots there for Schoko boy. Right, and a concussive grenade, I think we crit. Nice handy thing. It's also another reason why elite troops is great versus the American. The concussive grenade, or Model 24 stun grenade, can be quite useful in giving a further advantage up close versus the Americans. So there's a lot of utility to elite troops that just makes it very suited, particularly for dealing with Americans. Since again, they're often much more likely to try and run up close to you. In this case, just hitting with a stun grenade typically tends to do wonders. Rangers holding up there. Thompson's on the way. Stormtroopers hiding out there. With MP40s ready to ambush anyone getting too close and then host them with a good amount of German lead. Trucking them throughout. That's going to be punted quarters. I'd expect to go up around, well, not there, then around here. We've got a machine gun bunker up there from Tanckx. Obviously concerned about his car one. They're being harassed. The Americans done a lot. So having a machine gun bunker there is a good move rather than leaving the machine gun itself forward. So thumbs up there. Also, waits hit up. It's also a bit harder for the Americans here with anti-tank. It would still cover the car front itself, so that's actually good there. Is that called enfilade or defilade? I can never quite remember that one. And his rifle in the rifle score gets a wipe. Another painful blow there to Jellybean. Calling in more Rangers to make up for the losses. Clearly, Jellybean's motto is Rangers lead the way because they got the others killed. In the south, we got the Infantry was the captain. The captain is suddenly only finding a way to hell at that rate. Machine gun bunker those ready. I was setting up the scrap punctures. Apparently, they're getting a lot of guns up to cover the car point there. Troops marching through. We got the major post calling until we got the 5th car covering up. North side, we got a nice move here by Schoko boy going for the car point. Meanwhile, Jellybean's their centre is giving way here to the Germans and losing the lieutenant. Clearly, more Rangers will be needed. Artillery call in here. Screaming into his radio. God damn it, there's crowds everywhere. I need artillery now. God damn it, you're too late. Too late. Rangers moving up there. Fotsvamp, I think, should go for Sherman soon. They need Tanckx out before the Germans actually somehow get ahead with Tanckx. Tanckx, meanwhile, haha, has yet to take up. That is definitely less haha. And there you go. Fotsvamp with a Sherman on the way. The M4A3. Finally, Tanckx is taking up for his tanks. Ha ha ha. Oh, the wit, the wit. And we got the spare punted quarters getting its authorization. Trying to grab the point, they moved slightly off the point. Bit awkward there for the Kugelwagen. Stormtroopers MD42 heading southwards here. Tanckx may actually want to lay down a fuel caster system with his teammate in getting out more fuel for their tanks. I think that'd be a very good move there. A very, very good move. Following off the Rangers here, we yet to be upgraded to Thompsons. Then this was the Major in the centre. And there we go. Fotsvamp, second Sherman. Our first Sherman, I mean, is about to get ready. I don't know why I said second Sherman. I think something short-circuited. There we go. Concussive grenade. Oh, Bannon gun, actually. I thought it was a concussive grenade. They actually look very similar in terms of, say, layout and coloring. They're obviously, you look closer, there's obviously significant details, but ours, they're sort of, superficially very similar. Again, superficially here being the key word. Until they also greets over that because you're chucking one. Anyways, cool one thing pushed back with the 5th car, the Major. Graham needs some fuel here with the Stormtroopers. Reason's moving up with the bazookas. Not going to be great rest of the Stormtroopers. Healing themselves up a bit since they do get the ability at Reaction 2-1. Rangers going for the gun easy, but taking loss from G4 feet. Small moving up there from Tanckx. In the southeast, Schoko boy there catching the anti-tank and he grabs up. That could be pretty good rest of the Americans. But there goes Sherman to the rescue. Adding the 50 cal, the Mardus. Falls the pants fastening it. Cat moving up, hosing the Falcons, going up behind easily destroying it. Instead, definitely the right move. That might be a bit risky nonetheless. Infantry up, Sherman hammering away there. One more hit, and the anti-tank's going to go down here. Great there by Schoko, and Tanckx are supporting. Pack 40 moving up there. Fotsvamp low on infantry and other units, and similarly Jellybean there certainly to replace some of those losses. Jellybean bars also got a Sherman out, so now they do have a total of 2 Shermans in the field here. There's the Germans, no Panzers. Schoko there, stepping not far from a Panther 4 model J. Tanckx, though, has yet to build a supplement core, and so will be a bit further away, but he's technically not too far off either, since he easily has the resources, but I'm guessing he's a bit preoccupied with what's happening on the front line and sort of forgetting about the rear line elements. Their Kitchers moving about, assembling possibly for another assault against the Germans. Stormtroopers seizing the eastern victory point here. Lieutenant on the way there for Jellybean to replace the one lost, not replacing that one with Rangers. Going for tier 4, a bold maneuver there by Tanckx, very bold. Definitely should at least go for fuel cache then if he's intending on using tier 4. So assist with that, in particular with the Americans' harassment on the fuel. I think that pay off quite splendidly there for Tanckx. And of course for Schoko. Stormtrooper spotted. Need to fall back there, I think. That will need to pop a smoke grenade and then close in. But so far, none of those actually happening. Orbital and Stormtroopers moving up. In the west, we've got the Sherman move here for Jellybean. 50 cal being added. Sherman opening up the Grenadiers. Stormtroopers moving up, Captain. Rather than then, we got Orbital and Stormtroopers moving from reheat, catching the Raft Corps, pushing them back. Sherman moving in here for Democracy. Fotsvamp and Schoko have yet to choose a doctrine. Is slowly approaching the 20-minute mark, which is usually, I'd say, is the moment you'd really want to have chosen a doctrine. Orbital need to get out of the premises as well. Pack 40 number 2 on the way for Tanckx. Still no heavy panzer core at least, and no fuel cache either. Definitely need to be careful about that. Gonna be sending out here from the north, going for more pioneers. Of course, a good idea when you want inventing good armor, plus you can build stuff. Schoko is not setting up for a Panther 4, which means he's either setting up for a Panther or a Command Panther or a Command Tiger. Oh, great handling cannon. Smoking down. We got a boob trap over there on the fuel point. Good to whoever actually did that. Could have both been Tanckx or Schoko, since they're both the units that can lay down boob trap. They were Kevin and White. Definitely both the Germans. We got the Panther 4 in the end. Hard to say if that was because he just wasn't paying attention. We actually had a plan, but you know, the situation developing as it is forced him to scrap that plan and just go for the Panther 4. Tanckx got the heavy Panther squad north on these the Rangers. Still no fuel cache here from Tanckx. Rifling it off. Rangers dodge it. And Fotsvamp finally goes for docking Airborne, calling in paratroopers. We got Pathfinders, 50 cal 10 Tanckx, and of course the P-47 rockets, strafe and road was the doctrine as well. We'll have to see if he goes for Thompson on those, because Thompson's with Rangers. Thompson's paratroopers for the Thompsons. God damn it! Paratroopers with Thompsons. I was looking at the Rangers for some reason. They occupied my mind there. But anyways, paratroopers with Thompsons. I wonder we'll see that will be Thompson or the light machine guns of the paratroopers. That was embarrassing. Anyways, Panther 4 out for Schoko. Here, Panther called done. Guess it's the Panther he's planning here. Gunny's being routing the Rangers up north. Unit wiped here by the Sherman. Stormtroopers went down there. Minor blow there to Tanckx. Should replace them, I believe, personally. And we got telecalled here on the MU-42 by the center victory point. We got 395 to 279. Germans slowly catching up there. But there's still some time to go. There's still some time to go. So they're raining down effortlessly. In the east here, we got Lieutenant Cap moving up at that point. We got the Panther head here. Directly at the Sherman machine gun kills a few of the rear slings that are repairing it. Remember, units take more damage while they're repairing or building things. And the Panther will finish off with the east, the supporting infantry does. Sherman about to get knocked as well. Big blow there to Fotsvamp. Paratroopers getting the Browning light machine guns. Not a bad pick, obviously. Sherman down. Pack out to force to evacuate the premises. Jackson away there. Jellybean might be swallowing for the Pershing, but at least again, go for a fuel cache. And similarly, Tanckx should be going for cache if he hasn't, and he is going for cache, but in a surprising maneuver, it is not a fuel cache, but a munitions cache. Possibly a mistake, or he's got possibly other plans. I still would recommend a fuel cache as well, but at least he's building a cache, I suppose. Obviously, it might be a hint as to what Schoko could be planning, though. I guess then ground offensive, since obviously that way you get like artillery call-ins, maybe, with the tank commander, except he's not upgraded the Panther 4 with that, and the command titan can't be. So I'm not entirely sure what the big plan there is. Storm punches with a pilfered American bazooka. Parrots are taking heavy losses around there. Can go for the Panther now there. Here, Tanckx. The Panther Cavalry 5. Panther's on the way there. Panther's in a bit of trouble there. But quick blitz maneuvers pulls it out of hot water. Thumbs up there to Schoko. Americans, I definitely need to like be a bit more careful. Also, I think need to like launch an attack from the angle of the Germans aren't expecting. Try to catch them off guard. He's just blazing in with a Jackson. He doesn't care. Goes straight for the Panther 4 here. A bold maneuver, but sometimes actually it's quite an air go. Active pulls over the Rangers then. Taking advantage of the chaos to host down the other units here. Got the Panther 4. It's abandoned. There's abandoned, but still machine about to get wiped. The kid was up there. Fotsvamp and Jellybean turn the tables then. Schoko in a spectacular manner. Good lord, plenty of weapons there to turn against the Germans now. Still trying to take out that Panther 4. Almost got the full squad here as well. No, the full squad gets away. Troops being taken into the heavy fire from the Sherman. A complete disaster from Schoko in the south. Jellybean by flooding way too much manpower. They didn't need to place. Begin spending some of that again. Fuel caches could be a great idea if he's trying to go for that Pershing, since that was helping fast and also allow Fotsvamp to get more tanks faster. But that was a stinging blow there to Schoko. Because now down to a few Volksgunners, the Obstgarden, the Sturm Pioneers, and light infantry gun. That's going to be a tough one for him to recover from. So again, it would help if Tanckx built a field cache. I think Tanckx, the madman, is actually going for a bloody tiger race. Straight away. Definitely not super advisable. In the Codex Stain. But here we are. So yeah, both sides seem to be playing out for the big list of big tanks, except of course for Schoko, who's currently being whipped forward, even thinking about it, I guess. He still, by the way, hasn't gone for a doctor at the 22-minute mark. Definitely something he should have chosen sooner. Not, I would call, a inspiring sign at this point. He should probably just go for elite armor, since if he keeps going for Panther 4s, he is going to need like some heat rounds, like have a reasonable chance versus the incoming, tide of American heavy armor. Jellybean really build some fuel caches, go from infantry. Like, he's definitely floating way too much manpower there. Definitely floating a bit too much. But there you go. Tiger race out for Tanckx and the German army. 116th Panzer Division was able to secure the assistance and the most elite. And there you go. Panther 4 ready there for Schoko. Jellybean going for the Pershing. And also finally calling in some more stuff. In this case, a Ranger squad as well. Still no sign of caches though. Good harassment move there by Tanckx. Oh wait, fighting is now intensifying as heavier armoured elements are being moved to the battlefield from both sides. Tiger Race Sykes North machine gun crew there finding himself on the receiving end of, I don't know, somewhere around 40 to 50, 60 tons of heavily armoured German pain. And there you go. Looks like that 50 cal is not going to make it back home. Unless he gets very lucky, he did not. Tigers coming up, they're going to be supporting Ranger squad. They next to be the Wrath, suffer the Wrath of the Tiger tank, shot fired. Sandbags absorbed the shocking impact of the 88mm gun, but that may not happen next time. There you go. Lures blown to bits. Pershing shoots, bounces off the Tiger Race's armor. Tiger Race meanwhile bounces off the Pershing's armor. Sherm setting up here on through the main road, might try and flank the Tiger Race. Ranger squad routed with heavy casualty there from the Tiger Race's main gun. Decides to pull it back. I think that's a wise decision there by Mr. Tanckx. Schoko there is going for the Tiger Race, needs to blitz out there. That's going to be kind of sluggish, but there you go. Nonetheless managed to maneuver it into a position where Jellybean can't block off the retreat path and take it out. No, he pushed ahead with the Tiger Race again, boldly. Once the Sherman push back. Punishing here the Pershing. Nice outmaneuvering there of Jellybean, though we got Raft Scorpion then to take Raft Grenades. Could turn the tables there in return on Tanckx. Looks like Tanckx is willing to risk it. He's going to pursue the Pershing and go for it. No. Breaks off. A lot of calculations there going on. Southeast side is being held here by Fotsvamp. Remains dug in there. As Jellybean is forced to evacuate the north in the face of the Tigers. There go damage. Oh, no damage engine actually. Great hit from the Tiger Ace. 8 kills already on this venerable Ace crew. Shoots and misses the rifleman. Pioneer's opening up as well there. Another hit. Their Pershing goes in, opening up as well there. Gunneers pack folding up. Smoke screen popped here to cover the retreat of the advancing troops. Plus the Tigers there go. Great hit on the rifle squad. Punching them up. The Panther off. Tiger Ace now pushes forwards here. A lot of back and forth here between Tanckx and Jellybean here in the north. Sherman about to go down. Tiger Ace gaining eventually 2 connected. Use Spearhead now. Gets to Sherman. A stinging blow there. Fotsvamp lagging mission point spot for his teammate up in the far north here. If only someone had gone for Cassius. Got the Jackson moving up, and now we got here Panther Sugar Boy flanking up behind here. It's a complete mess up in the north here, with the Americans being beaten silly as the Germans lead the assault here. Jackson gaining veterans 1, Panther Fall gaining veterans 1 as well. The Tiger Ace has pulled back to the base. Their fort repairs fully now, leaving Schoko Boy to clean it up in the north. And oh boy, is he cleaning it up. Panther Fall is about to get lost. Raketten current retreat might be able to bait it into that. Nope. Troops here though, and we got double parrots with Browning light machine guns, shredding any Germans caught in their sight. We got Fiend Fed Arms to 57. Pershing moves ahead again. Trying to take it up. There you go. Direct hit from the Kedmare for punching through the armor. And the south side is a bit more vulnerable, so maybe to push there. Smoke bombs called in here, and about to lose his Pershing if he's not careful. It's going to be a stinging blow to the Americans. Sugar Boy still without a doctrine. Pershing falling back. Double reactions over Jellybean to help repairs with the Pershing. Very good idea there. Seeing as he has no other way of repairing it at the moment. Perch with Rowdy. Rangers captain pushing forward here. Almost got the opposite done. Can they get the killing blow on them? No. Jurgen is proving to be quite the runner and survives. Meanwhile, though, Jellybean's Rangers, not so much. Captain Ryder as well there. Fotsvamp going for another Sherman. Jellybean can soon go for another one as well. Schoko Boy still remains undoctrinal. And the Tiger Ace here is in serious need of repair. Oh, it actually is repaired. Never mind me. I wasn't paying attention clearly. Well, we should be ready to push pressure on the Americans once more. 13 kills already. You should activate Spearhead mode. Very good. This obviously gives more line of sight, so you can better use its range, which is really powerful. Plus faster rotation within the front arc is very good. And of course, finally, its whole machine can suppress enemy infantry, which is also pretty good. Like, it's just a really good ability. Really good. In fact, on the Tiger Ace, it's so good they had to move it from tier 1 to tier 2 because the Tiger Ace was actually too good with it right away. It's a bit of a shame here that Tanckx is not using this otherwise very potent ability. Jackson looking at the Tiger Ace, Panther into support. Great hit on the 50 kill there, 15 kills. Jackson lands another great hit with his 19mm gun. West side there we got Rangers ground back the western fuel point here from the Germans, but the Far East Germans are doing the same into decent point. Sugar Boy still without a doctrine. Like, what kind of hesitation is going through? Like, what sort of like existential pains is this causing him? Showing up here though from Fotsvamp. Fult's going to use routed. Pantherful moving in. Backed up here by the Raketten Alpha. Season Eastern Fuel Point once more. Now the Jackson here for Fotsvamp. Jackson on the way there for Fotsvamp. Pack 4 landing great in the Jackson. Ooh, not the greatest maneuver there for Fotsvamp. Holy shit, it actually dodged on the shots, but I don't think it's going to make it back home. And there you go. Tiger Ace finishes off there. Stinging blow there to Fotsvamp. Double Kedna for hit there with the Pershing. Still not enough damage there. So well, that Packard's cleared up with the Tiger Ace. Just breaching through the Central American lines. Shattering the Packards with its mighty 88mm gun. Sham's opening up the Footgun is Packard destroyed. West side, we've got a heavy fighting here between the small farmhouses. Around the northern reach, 115 was 234. Americans definitely need more army, particularly Jellybean needs to bring up more stuff here. Now the Jackson versus the Tiger Race might be an idea there. Or, of course, bringing in a bunch of anti-tank guns. I'm surprised they're not really doing that, since that tends to be one of the Allies, shall I say, favourite counters is German armour, bring in a lot of anti-tank guns. So I'll take the paratroopers from through the centre. You know, there's a big build-up here from, I think, Jellybean. Looks like he's planning a King Tiger next, but still no doctrine. Advance in the centre, halted by the Germans. And with insufficient artillery, they can't easily push past that. Major being mauled here by the Tiger Race. The person moves up, trying to threaten it. Gets a good hit there through the frontal armor of the Tiger Race. Jackson away there for Jellybean. More shots than the Tiger Race. This time flanking Jackson. Good move there by Fotsvamp. Fotsvamp at the eastern side, going for the victory point there. 315 was 216. Sherman is going to be able to respond. Then we got the Panther Formula nearby, and that one is eventually 2 with 5 kills. Going for the Sherman, nice hit. Paratroopers are being shredded and slaughtered here by the assembled German force here by Schoko. Gets the paratroopers whacked as well. A painful blow there to Fotsvamp. Meanwhile, Schoko remains without a doctrine. Tigers moving westwards. Focus on the 3 echelons. Cap moving up, Panther moving up in return. Good hit. Jackson lands up a very big punch on it. And looks like, yep, they've been equipped with the Panther, giving them 2 anti-tank weapons on the Sturm Pioneers. Close to FP 4. Panther here, 4 tanks. I think they got near the Sturm Panzer, to be honest with all this stuff here. It's lost in the south, and then the Americans pushing forward to the Infantry. We've got the Tiger Race on the flanking range of the bazookas. Very good move there. Triple bazooka ranges are quite nasty versus German armour. In this case, they only could double. Oh, mine goes off, and it's immobilized. Oh dear! Jellybean laid down one of those mines to immobilize, and it got it set off for the Tiger Race. God in Himmel, he got hoisted by his own petard. And the Pershing is down. Wow, always be mindful of your own mind, particularly if they can immobilize your stuff. Good lord. I think that's the first time I've seen that actually happen. More pairs there for Fotsvamp. Panther finding at point blank range. 50 cal there is taking an absolute punishing beating. And if the Panther haven't done, I'm pretty sure the Tigers, but there you go. Tigers now taking hits from double Jacksons. Heat wrap rounds popping up one of them. Very good, very good. Are they going to try to take it out here? Tiger Race there, down to less than a quarter of health. Truth being suppressed here. Jackson keep going for it. Could see here, Tanckx, Tiger Race got down. Probably flooding a lot of man, but that's supposed to be because he can't spend it, I guess. But yeah, they're going to take it out. They're going to take it out. He pops smoke, but it's not going to matter. And the Tiger Race is down, avenging the Pershing, even if technically the loss of the Pershing was somewhat their own damn fault. Now, obviously, that's not what's going to be written in the history book. Somehow, a lone German soldier will have mysteriously appeared out of thin air and immobilized the Pershing, obviously. That's how it's going to look like. No, it actually will be a French farmer who betrays the Americans to favour the Germans in the movie. Anyways, Pioneers moving up. Their folks with Steel Pods moving up here. Light for gun flying away. They're halfway to Veterinary Fleet. Back here, Jackson hanging back after a successful tiger hunting mission. Orbs on there for Mr. Sugarboy. Still not a doctrine. Tanks should probably just go for some meat armor now. Panthers or Storm Panzer. I definitely don't think you should try and stall out for Tiger Race again. That might be a bit ambitious, but I could see him doing it nonetheless. Also, you could consider more machine gun bunkers here and there. That'd be, I think, great investment for the Americans. We've got 236 for 215. Jackson shoots X, he snaps some poor bastard. Scott's away there for Jellybean. He is not stalling for the Pershing meanwhile. Grabbing the fuel point back here. The Americans to find the noose tightening around the neck. Situation certainly looking a bit desperate there. Sherman there with 8 kills. Sturm Pioneers focus around it. Panther on the move here for Schoko boy. Still no doctrine. Direct hit by the Jackson and the Panther. Grab the center point here to the firing down there from the Panther there for light damage. East side, we got the Pioneers grab the Eastern victory point. Panther shoots, misses. Half 8 to victory 3. Predator getting shot to bits. Great hit from the Jackson, getting me to 2 8 rounds that popped as well. Looking about on the west side here, we got 220 versus 215. Need to go for that Jackson there though. Had to move Schwartz lines, and now found the Jacksons and the anti-tank nearby. Down to half health already. Meanwhile, Tanckx is clearly stalling out for another tag race. He doesn't care about anything else. Captain said being out here with Grenadiers, the Pounds Grenadiers. Tilly called in the Grenadiers there. Northern Victor will be seized, but we've got a defense machine gun nearby. Range is being suppressed by it. We'll need to call in smoke as artillery there. Bring up armor. We got 197 to 215. Tanckx is very close to the second tiger race there. In the far east, we got some S1s being laid down here, but Tanckx as well. Very good. Thumbs up. Assault for the center, encountering severe resistance. Probably should try and go for the other victory point rather than just trying to barge away for the center here. Makes it much easier for the Germans to line every gun at it, obviously, and wear them down. There we go. Tanckx goes for the second tiger race any moment now. Any moment now. Any moment now. There you go. Tiger is out. And he can still, I think, go for some other stuff if he wants to. Going for the Western victory point there. We got 174 to 215. East side there, unit wide up with the S mines. Paratroop moving it there as well. Looks like he realised the IS mines, in fact. That was the Reaston squad. I think they got wiped. They didn't have minesweepers. So Pedar running there for Fotsvamp. And there you go. More paratroopers for him and for democracy. Third Armored Division that is encountering increasing resistance over 916th Panzer Division. Panther there, good to go. West mines being set off, I imagine by wounded troops. Since even like, you know, the wounded technically can sort of set off the S mines. They can set off any mines bar, which is why I want to be careful when you're laying down mines. There's not like any wounded crawling about, since technically they could crawl onto your mine as soon as it's done and then kill your unit. Has happened a few times. Finally, Schoko boy goes for doctoring his special operations. That took forever. Like, he would benefit a lot more from it sooner, like with the infiltration tactics, the flares, and the radio silence, plus the infant assault rifles. But I guess better late than never. Still, could have had that one out sooner. Still, the Americans are stabilizing somewhat. The Germans got the Sturm Panzers flanking up here with the bazookas and the Panzer strikes. Sherman opening up. Panzer moving through the center and find American Raketenwerfers. Panzer Barrage and Raketenwerfer clears out one of the crews, exploding them into tiny bits and pieces. In the center, we've got the sitting out position from Navy further from Jellybean up north. Another push as well by the Americans against the position here. Grenadiers being rushed into stall Fotsvamps and Jellybean's assault. In fact, they're pushing in all three areas around here. Certainly a lot of management for both sides. There you go. Tiger is going for it. Having freshly arrived here. And the Americans unsuspecting as the Scot takes a hammering hit here from the 88. In the middle gun to the tree. Shoots a high close shell and doesn't matter. The Tiger race just shatters it. The southeast here focusing heavy damage. Schoko boy is fighting. He's not quite having an easy time of it. Great down the Panther almost taken out. You got 156 with 210. Orbs on there being bled out. Jackson hits a mine, half 8 of Etienne 3. In the far west, we've got the Tiger Race hotly pursuing the Ralph squad. We've got Jackson moving up. They need to pop 8 rounds to increase chance. There we go. Good hit on the Tiger Race. Pack 40 moving up there. Oh, we've got Tiger weak point. That'd been great with the Tiger Race. Another hit there. Tiger Race backs off. Throwing points left for the Germans. Continue fighting in the southeast. We got the Panther there, very, very close veterans to one another. Jackson there for Fotsvamp. Jellybean might be trying to swap for another Pershing here. Smoke screen off. Tiger is falling back there. 3 kills. Pioneers moving about. Machine gun remains there. Got the Panther with 5 kills. Can fire a barrage again. And that Tiger is straight into the Jackson's line of fire here. Pack 40 gets a penetrator, so Tiger is down to less than half health. Another penetrator from the Jackson tank destroyer. Quarter health or less. But decides not to pursue any further. Big push on the west here by Jellybean. He's been caught up with the Major, the machine gun, and all the infantry supporting the Major. And center heavy fighting him. We got 156 for 985. Panther bash down the paratroopers and causing intense damage. Almost wiped the entire unit, leaving only one traumatized survivor to make it back home. Assault here is continuing at very sluggish pace. The Pack 4 won't be able to assist that, but at the same time, with the center collapsing, they may need to divert force from the west and push towards the center, and Fotsvamp will hit from the east to the center as well, southeast to the center as well there. That seems to be Schoko and Tanckx are currently converging their efforts. Tanckx would still, I think, benefit from machine gun bunkers and more mines here and there, like he's got plenty of manpower and munitions to easily do that. And at this point, he should also, I think, just go for more armor. Like Sturmpanzer right now would be a great choice for the infantry. Maybe even a Panther, but definitely a Sturmpanzer. Panzer there as the paratroopers. We got 154s and 79. Schoko in the advance here. There we go, Kennedy's in the way with the tanks. I think at that point you should just go for Stormtroopers or Panzergrenadiers, but that's just me. And still feel like a few bunkers would be a great investment. Panther moving up there, close to the veterinary free level there. Paratroopers taking a stinging hit from the Panther Force and to Tanckx. Panther moving up here as well. Sherman shoots bounces, firing high explosive rounds. 8 needs to switch your armor piercing. Pack 40 again being moved up here. Jackson moved forward as well there, and the American, and we got here Fotsvamp Jackson on the flank. Double Jackson flank going for a deep flank here. Sadly, Fotsvamp was able to really set up munitions for P-47 rocket ships, which was possibly in a great time. Jackson is getting hammered with every like Ken's got smoke called in here though by Jellybean, but not enough to save Fotsvamp's tank destroyer. Not enough. Jellybean meanwhile continues path towards the Pershing. I really feel like should have gone for fuel cache. In fact, if they'd gone for fuel cache into munitions cache, I think the Americans would be in a greater position now currently. Assembly tanks are still going to do a bunch for that, but anyways. Hey, finding the center resistance routed. Behind him picked up an orbital and light machine with a process somewhere. Up north gun is right to the Rangers. Tiger Ace moving in here. 3 kills. Close to vicinity 2. We got 152 to 172. American tank destroyers being hauled northwards to deal with this threat. And we got a Command Panther out here from Schoko, a rare sight nowadays, the Command Panther, but here we are. Meanwhile, Jackson gives us the Tiger Ace. Tiger Ace just engages. Panther there on the Jackson. And incendiary grenade on one of the Pack 40s. Jellybean continues past towards the Pershing. I think he should call in some more infantry. He's in fact dangerously short in it right now. A lot of reactions there. Go 50 calories to something. Follows the routed. In the center, we got the Panther and Panther forming ahead here for Schoko. We got 149 versus 165. American situation is looking a bit grim. Tiger is being fixed up. Can of course also use the vehicle crew repair ability to speed that up. Very good there. And we got gunners laying down a bunker by the northern victory point. Thumbs up their tanks. Finally doing that. Very good idea. Another Panther for tanks. More rocket artillery. So there you go. Can upgrade that with machine guns. May give us the 50 cal there. Actually called in. Good response there for Jellybean, but can he take advantage of it? Meanwhile, Tiger is on the move once more. Looks like he's forgotten about the bunker there already. Sherman forwards here. Jackson shoots, bounces off the Tiger tank side armor. Now the Panther almost done. We got a heavy flank around the center of the point. We got a boob trap on the point roll there by Imagine Schoko. Thumbs up there. Like he's the only one who can lay down the boob trap now that Tanckx lost his stormtroopers. Second Panther ready. We got all tanks from Schoko converging on the center on the west side. We got the Tiger Ace still here holding up Jellybean. Panther taking a lot of damage. But still, Sugar Boy is not getting grounded the Americans. We got 125 versus 165. Got the targets coming up with virtually 2-7 kills. Panther Barrage here clears out the Red Kenneth under Fotsvamp's command. And he's got another Jackson Tanckx on the way there. Flares off from Schoko Boy, very good. Another Panther Barrage in the east here. We got the Sherman paratrooper going for the Eastern Victory Point. We're coming back here from the Germans. Got 106 versus 165. And Captain Advancing in the center is handling machine gun fire there, smoking down. He's going to crawl ahead and then hit the booby trap. There we go. Almost swapped out, in fact. Got the Eastern Victory Point at least. Up north, machine gun bunker there is finally good to go here for Tanckx. Nicely positioned there as well. And this one remains in its position. Almost got the Eastern Victory Point. Jackson almost done there for Fotsvamp. Jellybean can finally go for a second Pershing. Meanwhile, we got Sugar Boy with his double Panthers, including one of the Command Panthers. Actually, quite a formidable armored force that Sugar Boy's managed to put together. Meanwhile, Tanckx just has that one Tiger race. And looks like the Germans are moving in here to possibly clean things up. At least Sugar Boy's on the move here. Looks like Tanckx might be holding back in the Soviets. Almost rolled up. Panther's the Command Panther. Infantry moving up there into tank cleared out there. Tiger is also on the move here. 8 kills, eventually 2. Infantry right, at least McKenna recruit here. We got 73 versus 165. Up north, we got an assembly of infantry as well there from both sides. Jackson Pershing trying forward going for the Tiger race there. Command Panther up support. Regular Panther as well. So we've got the Sturm Pioneers with the anti-tank weapon. Pershing taking a lot of damage here. Could get marked here by the Command Panther. All used it. Jackson ace level. Popping HVAC rounds there. Other Jackson opening up there as well. No HVAC rounds there. Tiger race almost got it. Tiger race gets the Pershing. Jackson trying forward to the Pershing, the Panthers. The Panthers just firing with horse. Got the Sturm Pioneers with anti-tank weapons. Got 66 to 165. Rocket strafe there, finally going in from the American Air Force. Tiger race about to get knocked out by the Air Force. Survives at least the first volley. Panthers falling back. Jackson pursuing there. Sherman flanking up behind. Command Panther is kaput. Sherman there charging forward. About to get knocked out there by the Panther 4. Virtually 4. Panther virtually 2 dealing with Jackson on the flank. There we go. Got it. Rocket strafe going down there. Almost seeing that Jackson fell. Jackson down. A brutal charge here for the Americans. But in the end, they did not make it. Panther's main gun out. Tiger race makes it back to the base. From this, I think the Americans are very much dead in the water. They got a bit of infantry left, but they do not have much left, and they surrender. GG. Game over. A victory for the German army, a loss for America, a brutal slaughter here on the Fields of Winnekendonk. So I hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell enemies. This has been Pearl Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.